Welcome back, everybody, to my YouTube channel, Tea with Empress. So, I was not going to do a review on this movie, but so many people have been asking me my thoughts and how I felt about the new movie, Judas and the Black Messiah. We're gonna get into this review. Okay, so spoiler alerts. Everybody who knows the reviews that I do tells what happens in the movie or the show or whatever, right? So if you have not seen Judas and the Black Messiah, please pause this, go watch it, and then come back and let's see if we're kind of on the same page. You kind of understand what I'm feeling or not, whatever. This movie is not on Netflix. I normally do stuff on Netflix. This is on HBO or HBO Max. I used HBO Max. I'm not sure if you can use regular HBO or not. But this movie is jam-packed with some great cast members. But let me tell you what the movie's about first before I tell you who's in it. So this movie is a reference, a biological reference or portrait to Fred Hampton, who was the leader of the Black Panther Party in Chicago, Illinois. And they started the whole Rainbow Coalition stuff, right? So it talks about his life for like a few months. It was like a few months time span. But Fred Hampton was played by Daniel, gonna mess up his last name. I want to say Kaluuya. I think it's Kaluuya. It's Kaluuya. And really, I'm just gonna throw this out there for everybody that says African names are hard to pronounce. They're really phonetically right if we think about it. And that's a whole nother topic. I'm not gonna get into that. But I want to say it's Kaluuya, whatever. You probably don't have to pronounce the Y, but I'm gonna say Kaluuya. So it's played by him. He's Fred Hampton in the movie, and then Lakeith Stanfield. Yeah, I love me some Lakeith Stanfield. He is so beautiful. That's a side note. But he plays William O'Neill, and William O'Neill is the person that is I don't want to say spy, but he's an informant to the police, right? He's infiltrating into the Black Panther movement to try to bring down Fred Hampton. And then we have my girl, Dominique Fishback. Y'all, if you don't remember, I don't know if I did a review on it, but the movie with Jamie Foxx, I want to say Power Block, Power Stick, Power something. It's like a Power Cube or whatever. The movie with Jamie Foxx, the young lady who played alongside Jamie Foxx in that movie. Y'all, real quick, hold on. I'm gonna figure out the name of this movie. Y'all, it's called Project Power. I was all the way off with everything that I said. But she played in Project Power. I love her. She's a cute, I can't call her cute because she's an adult woman. She's like in her 30s, but she looks like she's 16. Y'all, she's so cute. I love her cheeks. I just love everything about her. She's so beautiful to me. But she plays Fred Hampton's girlfriend and mother of his child. Spoiler alert. Then we have Jesse, I don't know how to say his name, Jesse Plemons. He plays Roy Mitchell. He's the cop in this. And then, the list goes on and on and on. But the main people are Dominique, Daniel, and Lakeith. These are the main characters. Oh, and Jesse. But I didn't like Jesse, so yeah. So this is why I said I did not want to do this review. This movie, if we haven't picked up on it yet, is about the Black Panther Party. I mentioned that a little bit earlier, but the Black Panther Party it's political, right? On top of that, there's a lot of negative connotation with the Black Panther Party stemming from our government. And a lot of times with politics, people can't seem to have an open dialogue with one another without getting offended and without yelling and cursing each other out, or just being able to still like somebody even after they've said their opinions or their political views. We're not all like that. So I don't generally like to talk politics with a lot of people. This movie is very political. If you say it's not, it is. Anything Black Panther related is political. Neither here nor there. We are making this review. It's going to be great. You're going to watch the movie. You're going to love the movie, and we're going to talk about it, right? Cool. Great. So the movie starts off with an assembly of white men. It looked like a TED Talk for white police officers. And it is ran by this bald head white man who hates Fred Hampton. Daniel Kaluuya's face is big as day on the screen. Saying Daniel Kaluuya, but it's Fred Hampton's face. It's big as day on the screen. And he's saying, this is our prime enemy. We need to do everything we can to get him out. He's rising to power. He's doing too much within the community. We need to take him out. So they're talking about everything that they hate about him. It then pans to Lakeith, who plays William O'Neill, to doing something very stupid, very reckless, getting caught. And then the cops are saying, hey, you have this long rap sheet. You're looking at 6 years. And I'm just like, 6 years, that's it? Okay, cool. But I've never been in jail. I'm not going to say that that's okay, cool, because I ain't trying to go to jail. Keep myself away from all the foolery so I don't have to go. But Lakeith did some dumb stuff, got hemmed up. It is what it is. So then he infiltrated the Chicago Black Panther Party, the Chicago unit. I would say Sky. Yeah, I just had something drinking it. Yeah, so as we see. But he's infiltrating them, trying to become close to Fred, trying to become his right-hand man, right? He succeeds. During this process, Fred meets Deborah Johnson, who's played by Dominique Fishback. They meet at a college assembly. There's a lot of assemblies in this. They meet there. She comes to work in their organization, and then, you know, she shoots her shot, kind of. She laughing and stuff, laughing at his dumb jokes. But they become really acquainted, and then they end up hemming up Fred on like $70 worth of ice cream. They put him in jail for $70 worth of ice cream. But at that time when they were putting him in jail, he was bringing together the Latinos, the rednecks, I guess they're called rednecks, or however they want to be called. I'm sorry if that offends you. That's what they were referred to in the movie. He was bringing them together and trying to bring together one of the black gangs, but they didn't want to at the time. He's trying to bring everybody together because his deal was, yeah, we're feeding the people in the West Side, but look how many people we can feed if we all came together. His thing was about helping the people of Chicago. If you guys did not know, the Black Panther Party is the originators of the WIC program. They are the originators of a lot of things that help women and children to this day. That originated from the Black Panther Party and movement. So they were doing this. He's trying to, you know, feed everybody in Chicago, bring everybody together to say, you know what? The cops and the government is the problem. We don't have to be at war with each other. So him having the white man, the Latino man, everybody was coming together. But the rich or the wealthy white man, the cops, the government, they didn't like that. They didn't want that. Sound familiar? Okay. So they ended up sending him to jail for a couple of months. Come to find out, Dominique is pregnant. Dominique, Lakeith, everybody is still making sure that they're keeping the Chicago unit running smoothly. Well, it's not going smoothly, right? Come to find out, there is another snitch inside of the Black Panthers that is on the cops' money train. And Lakeith is starting to get shaky, starting to get scared. He's like, hey, they're going to kill me, stuff like that. What's not going to happen to this man? Side note, at any time I felt like Lakeith could have ran. They didn't have no tracker on him. They got this man a car. He could have ran. So William O'Neill, you could have ran. You didn't have to keep doing this. And you realizing that Fred really wasn't a bad guy. He helping people. His purpose was helping his community. He was assassinated. You'll see. I'll talk to you about that in a second. But he was assassinated for essentially helping the community. He didn't, and it shows in the movie, he wasn't into guns. He wasn't into fighting. He was mainly into bringing people together and making sure that his community was fed, clothed, protected without guns. But he was the problem. And so I just say that because the whole thing made me mad. And if this movie does not make you mad, then that's a whole nother conversation. So you might want to on out this video. Because even as a Caucasian person, I feel like this will make you mad to see how these people, your people, were treating Black people for nothing. For nothing. And like it were some instances in the movie where, okay, yeah, things got to look gray. But at the same time, in this movie, the cops were badgering and manipulating things and just doing stuff that would make any man angry, white, Black, or however. It didn't matter, but it is what it is. So Fred went to jail. The rest of his crew didn't really know how to keep things going. And they ended up, I think, the building got burned down. The police burned the building down. They did everything in their power to take down this organization. And then when they ended up burning it down, everybody came together. It brought everybody together. Kids, the Black gangs, the Hispanics, the white, and I don't want to keep saying rednecks, but it was the low level white people. I'm not sure what I think in the movie they called them rednecks. I don't remember. But it wasn't the affluent Caucasian people, right? So everybody came together to build this community center back up. So when Fred came home, Lakeith was there to pick him up. And they tried to get back into the swing of life. Well, Lakeith started learning that, hey, they still don't like Fred. They still trying to do him dirty and all this type of stuff. And Lakeith had to do so many different things for this cop, and the cop just kept dangling like, oh, you can go to jail, you can go to jail. And I'm just like, well, you in Chicago, boy, if you don't go to Georgia, if you don't go to Florida, like you could have ran to Oregon for all I care, but you doing everything you can to bring this man down over 6 years. Over 6 years. And at the end of the movie, you essentially helped them take this man's life. You gave them the blueprint to his apartment where all the guns were, everything. And yeah, the way they assassinated this man and his family and everybody in that place is despicable. Despicable. Deborah was a pregnant woman trying to sleep. They shot them in their sleep. Again, sound familiar. She came in their house, busted up in their house in the middle of the night, shot them in their sleep, through the walls, everywhere, and said, if y'all don't come up with your hands up, we're going to shoot some more. Sound familiar? Okay. But they ended up assassinating this man because he was going back to jail. And whoever this bald-headed man was, he was like, well, yeah, he's going back to jail, but every time a Black man go back to jail, they praise him even more. So we need to kill him. We need to take him out. Y'all, all because this man was trying to do better for his community. He was trying to provide them with some hope. And that's what they said in the movie. They said, we don't need y'all having hope. So my take on this movie is it was upsetting that he was assassinated, and come to find out he was assassinated at the tender age of 21 years old. Never got to meet his child. Never got to fully live with Deborah. And in the end, it was so crazy. They were talking about like, hey, Fred, go ahead, go to Africa. Go somewhere else because you can still be in this fight. You can still be in this fight, but you won't be in Chicago because it's too hot right now. And he was so gung-ho and said, I'm going to live for my people. I'm going to die for my people. And Deborah was saddened by that. She was a poet. I love that. She was a poet, and she wrote him a poem to say, like, you know, why is it that she has to deal with that? And why does her and her child have to deal with that? Because that's what he decided. Why can't they have a life? Why can't they choose happiness? And he never did. They never got to choose happiness, because that night where he decided he wasn't going to go is when the cops came and killed him. And Lakeith, or William O'Neal, thought he was doing something when he slipped him something in his drink so that he would go out easier. But you still gave them the blueprint to kill him. You gave him the blueprint to walk up in his home and kill his family. All for 6 years. So 6 years of jail time when you could have fled, you allowed them to kill somebody. Okay. And William O'Neal did a documentary, and I want to say came out in the 90s, I think. And soon after, that night that it came out, he ended up committing suicide. Because he continued to be a snitch for the cops years after Fred died. For 6 years in prison. 6 little measly years that you probably would have not gotten. On top of that, you could have ran at any time. I'm just thinking of other ideas other than continuously setting your own people up. Because some man is dangling something over your head. And then you go to kill yourself later. This man was not able to see his family. Now, his son and his wife, well, not wife, but Deborah and them, they ended up going on and having a Black Panther, like, teens or something like that, as he got older and stuff like that, and they still run it to this day. But I just feel like if this movie doesn't make you angry, I don't know what to say, because it angered me. It angered me to see that not only did they have that happen then, but we are still dealing with that to this day. Breonna Taylor was killed in her home in her sleep. And nothing's happening of it. Lately, Black people have been killed left and right for doing nothing. So, and this movie really goes to show that these people were killed just by coming together and doing better and having hope. Letting Black people have hope. They were killed because the government doesn't want that. But overall, it was a good movie. I love it. I love the cast. I love the storyline. I love everything about this movie. It made me angry, but it also made me smile a little bit. It did make me smile. It made me smile that Deborah and Fred Jr. still was able to have a life after that, and that she wasn't murdered as well. So if you guys get a chance, go watch this movie. It's a great movie. And let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if I missed something, or if it's something that you felt that I didn't touch on. Let me know. And come back for more. I have a lot of great videos every Monday. We have our Tea with Empress that is popping off great. And then we have our reviews. So come back. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys next time. Peace in the Middle East.